Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video, and I'm going to be talking about some newly shown items from Revoltech. This time it's Captain America from their Summer Wonder Festival 2017. They did show two new Revoltech figures. I will be talking about both of them. I've made a separate video talking about the other one. That other one is Magneto, but this video will just be talking about Captain America. Captain America was kind of a surprise. Magneto, we did see it like a production image of before he was shown at this event. Captain America, however, this is the first time we're ever seeing him or getting a hint at him at all, so it's quite exciting to see him at this event. So as you can see, their little setup here, they have three different versions of the figure so that they can show him in three different poses. Revoltech is, if you know, I do collect Revoltech. I own most of their Marvel comic figures. Spider-Gwen's the only one that I didn't get, and I have Wolverine on pre-order. I plan to pre-order Magneto, and this Captain America is looking mighty fine. So let's get started talking about it. First off, they just have the one here, which is kind of like punching the ground. We'll get a little bit better image of him coming up here, but overall it does look very nice. You can see the range there, although the range, you know, his articulation points seem to be identical to the other Revoltech figures that have been released so far, so you can kind of get an idea. The only thing that's kind of unique about him is that he does have, at the shoulder area, as you can see, his body's kind of cut at the sides there, which means that these swivel up, and therefore he has similar articulation to the Venom figure, which is really interesting. I thought that they did that on Venom simply because he was big, you know, so they needed like a different point of articulation, but they're doing it on Captain America, who's, you know, a relatively standard size figure, which is kind of interesting. You know, I'm not sure why that's needed, because I didn't think it was the best joint, you know, on Venom, but nonetheless looks like fantastic articulation. As far as accessories are concerned, looks like he comes with a bunch of accessories. I think that he has like a pointing hand. It's kind of hard to see there. He has like a saluting hand, and then fists, hands for holding the shield, and then just kind of open hands as well. He comes with an extra faceplate, which is screaming, which I really love. I love the fact that Revoltech includes expressive face sculpts and expressive eyes for figures like Deadpool and Spider-Man. And then he does come with a Steve Rogers head sculpt, which does look quite nice. However, I think the helmet one just kind of always looks better. And then he has like this section of ricocheted bullets that can be put on his shield, which is probably my favorite accessory for him. I'll talk about that when we get a better image, though. Here he is, just kind of in a standing, kind of standard Captain America pose, holding the mask, saluting. I think it does look quite nice, and as you can see, the shield can fit on his back, and that Steve Rogers head sculpt does look good. It doesn't look amazing, but it does look quite solid. Then here's the unpainted version that they have on display that is showing off the bullet ricochet effect. I think that just looks so cool. I absolutely love it. It just adds so much motion to the pose there. And the pose itself that they have him in is very cool, charging forward, and they have the screaming head sculpt, or the screaming faceplate on, which I think looks great. That's more the style of pose that I would probably put him in when I get that figure. Here's a slightly better picture. As you can see, he is holding the shield, which, you know, I'm not quite sure how he's holding it. Like, is there a peg there? I'm not sure, because it doesn't really look like there's much, you know, it doesn't look like it's stable, so I don't know how he's actually holding that. Here's a wider shot of him. Overall, it does look quite nice. His thighs look really large. Just his legs in general look quite large, which are a little unproportionate to the rest of his body. However, Revoltech has a very stylized design with their figures, which for the most part I really love. I love that stylized look to them, so I don't mind that at all. I think it looks neat, but I could definitely see some people who are not a fan of these stylized proportions not being a fan of this figure as far as how he's proportioned. But overall, it doesn't bother me. I think that it does look quite nice. And then here's the little nameplate section. But overall, I am quite excited for this figure. I think that it looks very nice, and obviously he's an iconic hero. He's going to look really good with Wolverine and Spider-Man being the other two iconic heroes that they've produced. I do hope that he comes with like a companion piece, though. They seem to be doing that. With Spider-Man, they gave him Venom, and then with Wolverine, they gave him Magneto. So it would be wonderful if they were to do Red Skull in this series. I could see them not doing Red Skull, though, simply because when you think of Red Skull, you don't think of him necessarily in a really dynamic fight pose, and that's kind of what this company's all about. So I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't do Red Skull. However, I think that it would fit so well with him, and it would be so cool to pose the iconic heroes with their iconic villains. That would be truly wonderful. But yeah, it's nice to see that they're doing Captain America. They're expanding their their range of characters, which is cool. And whether I plan to get this or not, I think I probably will get it. It's not 100% because I have so many Captain Americas that another one doesn't really excite me. However, this company does excite me in general, and I will buy almost anything that they make. So I could definitely see myself picking this up, even though it's just Captain America. But yeah, hope that they continue this line more aggressively. It would be great if they could start pumping out figures a little bit faster. They have a pretty good pace already, but it would be cool if they were able to produce figures on a slightly faster basis. And I'm really hoping for Green Goblin and Carnage to be the next two that are produced. Those are the ones that I'm most that I think that Revoltech, being made as a Revoltech figure, would benefit the most out of those two characters. I think they'd be fantastic. But again, would love Red Skull to go along with this figure, and even Iron Man would be very cool in this series too. I think, and Thor, just having like the classic heroes would be pretty neat in this series. So there you go. That's my thoughts on this Revoltech Captain America figure from the Summer Wonder Festival 2017. Let me know what you guys think of this figure, and you can check out my other video where I do discuss Magneto. Thanks so much for watching.